Right, so this week I've got a few hours on this, probably about 7 or 8 hours or so. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing. Slight change of plan. Basically, I'm going to be doing. I'll get back to these in a second. These windows, because I've got to change of plan for these. But the plan is for the next few hours at least. I'll be finishing off this roof as much as possible. I'm hoping to get it all done pretty much. Obviously, get it all nice and flat. It's nowhere near yet, but if you've been watching the previous videos, you'll see it's getting there now. Just needs some filler work and a bit of sanding, which should be fine, and tidy up all these edges and stuff like that, which is great. So I'll crack on with that. The next issue I've got as such is these windows, like I just mentioned. So basically the plan is, obviously you can see it at the moment, where are we, here, you can see that's where the door pillar normally sits. It looks okay at the moment, but it kind of bends out. Where I've modified the door to do the gore wing, the panel bends out basically. So what I'm thinking, to make this extra nice, I'm thinking about going pillarless. Basically is the general idea. So I'm going to ditch this section, so you can see where the difference in gaps are as well. You can see the panel gaps. It's fine at the bottom, by the way. Panel gaps fine at the bottom, but at the top there's horrible panel gaps. You can see the rubbers through there and mess and all sorts. So what I'm thinking is I'll redo that a little bit. Basically put some fiberglass in there so it gets rid of the panel gap. These windows don't need to open anyway, so it doesn't make any odds. I'm going to try and somehow get rid of these things too, because they look ugly. I just want to make sure it's like sort of proper show worthy, really. Just get rid of all these little bits that just make it look untidy. So yeah, the plan is to chop into this, chop into it down here as well, create a fiberglass piece, and then that'll literally be a constant black across there when everything's in and wrapped and stuff. You'll see more when it's done later on. I obviously can't do it yet because of filler dust and whatever else, but I'll do a few hours. I'll get the second part on the go in a second, just so you can see what I've been up to, and then I'll crack open the fiberglass and see how we get on. So this time, a bit of a change. I've decided to do a part 2 and a part 3 in this video, because I thought I'd better show you what it's like midway through as well, because it's a bit of a state. So the general gist is I've taken the rear glass out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mould of that in fiberglass rather than having the glass in there. Failing that, I might bond it back in. It depends how it pans out, because it is the right sort of shape. It's just a bit too small. I'll have a think about that. It might be a fiberglass one, I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I've chopped out the pillar that I was talking about, so this pillar's now off. So I'll tidy up these edges in a minute. I'll show you what's going on in the window. So you can see the sub enclosure behind there. There's some expanding foam that's come out. I've taken a bit out already, but you can see it's a bit of a state in here, so I'm glad I've taken all this out now. All the rubbers and things have all got corroded and manky and horrible, so I'm going to take all these out. That's the plan of action. Clean it all up, tidy it up, basically put it so it's nice and straight and flat and across the whole thing. So yeah, I think it'll look good. I've also done you can't really see that well to be honest in this part, but I've done the rest of the filler work on the roof. Just need sanding, so I'll do that as well. So yeah, I shall crack on with that. I'll do part 3 in a second, see how it went on. Okay, so part 3. I'm pretty happy with how things have panned out this last few hours. I'll show you what I've been up to, how it's looking for the time being. So the general gist is, if you can get the rough idea, I'm basically going for this pillarless look, pretty much, and all one constant black piece, basically the general idea, which it would have been anyway, but this won't be raised anymore. I haven't fiberglassed it just yet. It's just a piece of cardboard there currently, just there, but obviously it will be fiberglassed and it will all meet the window and everything else. What I've done, I've started taking out the recess for where the original rubber used to be. This is what it used to look like before, and you can see it's smoothed out there. I've only just started that on the edge there. You can see I've only just done that, and then it comes out. But basically that'll all go, so it'll all be nice and flush. And the lines, if I can get down here, you can see the lines now follow. See if I can point this out. the lines here now, this all follows down right to the back. I've recessed the rear window so it doesn't sit flush. If you check the photos from the one I'm going to put some photos before and after on this post. So if you check the photos before, you'll see the window used to stick out, not stick out, but used to sit flush with the bodywork rather than in the recess. So now it basically follows the line of the car down, but then also goes into this little gap, which looks a bit more like modern cars do anyway. And there's no panel gaps and things. Basically, that's the idea. So that's looking pretty good. Sits perfectly inside that recess. I thought I was going to have to fiberglass it, but it looks bang on, to be honest. There's literally nothing wrong with that. I've also got rid of the holes in the glass. That looks nice and tidy. It's all going to fit nice and flush. That'll obviously be bonded in instead of bolted in. That'll be bonded in now. Big see how that's going to look on there. There you are. Another thing I've been doing, well, two things I've got left to show you. I've filled the roof, finally finished it all off and sanded the whole thing, which is pretty much flat now. It's not 100%, but it's pretty good. There's a bit more left to do on there. The reason it's shiny, this is one of the things I've got. People always ask me if it's going to crack. I don't know, to be honest, but this is all in resin now. So two layers of resin across the whole thing. It just needs smoothing out obviously when it's all dry. It's just completely soaked at the moment, but it's literally have resin in there. Obviously it's only up to the roof lining or just underneath. That's kind of where it's going to finish. I've got to try and blend that in somehow to the roof where the sticker bomb is going to go. So you can see it's all pretty flat now. Really good, really good. So that's basically finished. Pretty much the roof just needs the sticker bomb doing, and obviously just finishing off the last sanding bits and bobs. I've done the other side too. You will notice a small difference here, unfortunately, because I had a bit of a mare. Basically what I've done is I've broken the window trying to get it out, but it's held together because these are black. These are wrapped in black anyway. They're black wrapped, so doesn't matter. Let's get a new window, no problem. Only cheap anyway. If anyone's got one, feel free to donate. Poverty spec ideal, so I can have, so the cheap versions of the Clio didn't have opening windows, so it'd be better if I can get the ones that's already got a solid piece. If not, I'll just fill these in the same as before. This is basically the same, so it goes in the recess. Obviously it looks different because it's all caved in at the minute, but same sort of thing over there. So that one's all done. You'll see on the photos I post, it's all been boarded up behind as well, on both of these, both windows. So it's got board on both. I can't really show you. Actually, I was going to try and show you just then, but I can't really without taking the window out, and that's probably going to fall on the floor, so I'm not going to do that. But behind here, you'll see on the photos again, rather than being all rough like it was on the photos which you'll see at the start of this, they're all literally boarded, panelled off. Gives a bit of extra strength to the enclosure anyway. Gives an extra 18mm MDF, and also obviously looks tidier. Not that you're going to see it anyway, but it's a lot better under there. It gives more of a bond for this, because it's going to be bonded into the seals here, but I'm also going to bond it to the wood behind, so there's no vibration, rattling and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping you like this. So obviously some people are going to say, well, you're changing things again and it's taking longer. Well, yeah, okay, it's took a few hours longer, but I think it looks so much better now. We will do when the fiberglass is in. So much better now. Basically it's going to be nice and flush and tasty, basically. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment, see what you think. Hopefully you think it's a good move, and obviously subscribe if you can as well, and I'll do a video as soon as I can for the next lot.